For the last couple of lessons, we have been using estimating to help us find a quotient or a possible quotient. Today we're going to use those estimating skills and now apply it towards more traditional division, meaning partial quotients or the standard algorithm, also known as long division. So our first problem we're going to start today with is 70 divided by 30. The first thing we want to do is find an estimate, and with 30 as my divisor, I'm going to estimate 60 divided by 30, and I know that equals 2. So I know that my quotient needs to be somewhere around 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and put that into a division problem where I have a dividend of 70 and a divisor of 30, and I know it's somewhere around 2. So we're going to go ahead and put in our 2, and 2 ones times 30 equals 60. We then subtract, and we are left with 10. Now I'll ask myself, can I divide any more? Do I have enough for another 30? In the cases with a 10, I do not. So my 10 then becomes my remainder. I could then go and check my answer by taking my divisor, 30, multiplying it by my quotient, 2, getting an answer of 60, and then adding my remainder. If I am successful, I will see that my answer to my checking by multiplication is the same as my original dividend. Now, to refer you back to our previous method of partial quotients, it's going to look something like this. I'm still going to have 70 divided by 30, but in partial quotients we're going to take our divisor, 30, multiply it by 2, and then see what we have. In this case, we come up with 60, we subtract, and we are again at 2 remainder of 10. I would then use the same method here to check my answer. In our next example, we're going to look at 460 divided by 60. Again, the first thing we want to do is estimate. Now I see my 60, and I know multiples of 6 would include 42 or 48. Both of those would be close to 46. But I want to round down. If I round my dividend up in my estimate, I may end up with a quotient larger than it actually is. So we're going to go ahead and round down to 420. Divide that by 60 equals 7. So I know I'm looking for a quotient near 7. Again, starting with partial quotients this time, we have 460 divided by 60. And since we have an estimate around 7, we're going to start with 7. So 60 times 7, my divisor times my estimated quotient there, and that equals 420. We're then going to subtract 460 minus 420, and we know we have 40 left. Now this 7 represents 7 ones, so I'm going to put that 7 in the ones place. I have 40 remaining, and 40 is not enough to make another group, so I cannot divide anymore, and that leaves me with a remainder of 40. Going to check by multiplication, I would have 60, my divisor, times 7, my quotient, equals 420. I would then add in my remainder, which is 40, and a total of 460, which does match my dividend. Therefore, my answer is correct, 7 remainder 40. Now, as a standard algorithm format, it's going to look pretty similar. We already determined from our estimate it's 7. Again, that is 7 ones times 60 equals 420. We'll subtract that remainder of 40, and then we could use the same method to check.